You ever notice how some people stay quiet for so long that when they finally hit their breaking point, the whole room freezes? That's exactly what's happening right now with Kimmi Scott. And trust me, nobody saw it coming. Not the fans, not the cast, not even the people who swore they knew her best. Because Kimmi has always been that steady presence, the calm voice in the middle of chaos, the one who keeps her cool while everyone else is busy arguing, throwing shade, or spinning stories for the cameras. But something changed. Something snapped. And whatever this new situation is between her and Nell Fletcher, it isn't just a disagreement, and it definitely isn't a simple reality TV misunderstanding. This time, things got real. Real conversations, real pressure, real consequences, and yes, real lawyers. What started as a quiet evening meant for celebrating local achievements somehow turned into the spark that lit a fire nobody can seem to put out. People who were in the room said the air shifted the moment Kimmi and Nell locked eyes, not because they expected drama, but because the silence between them felt too heavy, too tight, too full of unfinished business. And even though the night began with smiles, music, and small talk, everyone who was paying attention could sense it. Something was coming. But here's the twist. Nobody knew just how big that something would be. This wasn't caught on camera. There were no producers around. No staged storyline. Just two women with a history that finally boiled over in public. And now? The aftermath is spiraling so fast that even people who weren't there are suddenly involved. But before we get to what went down and why lawyers are being pulled into the mix, we have to go back, because nothing this intense comes out of nowhere. There's a deeper story behind this mess, one that's been building piece by piece, moment by moment, long before this latest explosion. For years, people have watched Kimmi Scott carry herself with grace. She's the one who tries to talk things through instead of yelling, the one who avoids messy situations instead of diving into them. That's part of why fans love her. They see her as real, grounded, and honestly, just tired of the constant drama that reality TV brings. But being the calm one comes with a hidden cost. People assume you'll always stay quiet. They assume you'll never push back. They assume they can talk about you, around you, or at you, and you'll just rise above it. That's the reputation Kimmi has built, and sometimes that reputation becomes a trap. Because when you finally decide you're done being quiet, everyone acts shocked. Now, Nell Fletcher, she's different. Strong personality, direct, someone who's not afraid to speak her mind even when nobody asks. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, some people admire her confidence. But that same confidence can create friction, especially when you're dealing with someone like Kimmi, who moves more quietly, more intentionally, and with a whole lot more patience. And for a long time, these two kept their distance. Not enemies, but not exactly running toward friendship either. Their relationship was this unspoken, fragile line, not broken, but definitely strained. And if you know anything about situations like this, you know they only stay quiet until pressure builds enough to make them explode. People close to them say the tension started months ago, not from a single incident, but from a series of misunderstandings, side comments, and moments that felt small at first but kept piling up. One person said it felt like paper cuts that eventually turned into a wound. Nothing dramatic, nothing explosive, just little digs, subtle silences, and conversations that never happened but should have. There were whispers that a mutual project had fallen apart, that someone felt excluded, that someone else felt misrepresented, that there were decisions made behind closed doors and assumptions made in front of others. No one knew the full story, but everyone knew something wasn't right. Still, both women kept it professional. They didn't take shots online, they didn't make scenes, they didn't even address the tension publicly. Instead, everything just simmered, quietly, slowly, until eventually someone turned up the heat. And that moment came at a private event, a place where no one expected drama, especially not from Kimmi. People were laughing, chatting, networking, drinks were flowing, music was soft, It was the type of environment where people relax, let their guard down, and forget about cameras, contracts, or show politics. Then Kimmi walked in. Then Nell walked in. And that's when everything changed. At first, it was polite, a nod, a soft hello, nothing dramatic, just two women acknowledging each other's presence. But sometimes, the politeness before a storm feels scarier than the storm itself. Witnesses say the first moment of tension came from a conversation that didn't even include Kimmi directly. Someone made a casual comment, lighthearted and harmless, but Nell responded with a remark that carried weight. Not obvious shade, not an insult, just one of those statements that makes the room shift. People glanced at Kimmi. People glanced at Nell. And suddenly, everyone realized this night might not stay peaceful for long. But here's what nobody expected. Kimmi didn't ignore it. She responded, not loudly, not rudely, just firmly, calm but sharp enough that people froze. Because when Kimmi speaks with that tone, the tone that says, "I've had enough," people listen. And that's when things started to unravel. Nell said something else, a little sharper this time. Kimmi stepped closer. Voices rose, not yelling, but definitely heated. The energy in the room shifted so fast that even the DJ turned the music down without being asked. The conversation turned toward their history, the misunderstandings, the unspoken frustrations, the comments made months ago that never got addressed. And once those doors opened, everything they had kept inside came flooding out. Someone said Nell questioned Kimmi's honesty in a project they once discussed. Another person said Kimmi pushed back harder than anyone had ever seen her. Someone else whispered that Nell touched on something personal, too personal, and that's what made Kimmi's entire expression change. And then it happened. The line was crossed. Nobody knows who said it first. Nobody knows the exact words. But people in the room said the entire temperature changed in seconds. Whatever comment was made, it wasn't just petty. It wasn't just messy. It was personal enough that even neutral bystanders felt uncomfortable being in the same space. And that's when people started recording. Not full videos. Not long clips. Just small, shaky, blurry snippets of tension. But even a few seconds of drama can cause a storm once they hit group chats. Within hours, those private clips were floating around in circles they were never meant to reach. And that's when this situation stopped being a simple argument and became something bigger. Because once word spread that comments were made that could affect reputations, lawyers got involved. Not playing, not threatening, involved. Calls were made. Messages were exchanged. And suddenly, both women went completely silent online. No subliminals. No shade. No explanations. Just quiet. And if you know anything about drama, silence is never just silence. It's strategy, it's protection, it's preparation. But here's the twist nobody expected. This situation isn't just between Kimmi and Nell anymore. Other people's names got pulled in. Business connections were mentioned. Things were said that could impact opportunities. And now? It's not just personal. It's not just emotional. It's legal. For Kimmi, this moment felt like a turning point. Like all the time she held her tongue finally caught up with her. For years, she tried to keep peace. She tried to stay out of unnecessary arguments. She tried to walk away instead of fueling fires. But sometimes, walking away is what makes people think they can walk all over you. And Kimmi? She's done with that. People close to her say this was the moment she decided she wasn't holding back anymore. Not because she wants drama, but because she's tired of being misunderstood. Tired of being quiet while others speak louder. Tired of being expected to absorb every jab without reacting. This wasn't Kimmi being messy. This was Kimmi standing up for herself. And honestly, that's why so many fans are standing behind her. They see the pressure she's been under. They see how people assume she'll always be the bigger person. They see how calmness gets misread as weakness. But Nell's supporters? They have their own story. They say Kimmi's calmness is strategic, that she plays the long game, that she speaks softly but moves powerfully behind the scenes. They believe Nell was calling out what everyone else was too afraid to say. And that's why this feud isn't just a disagreement. It's a divide. A deep one. And now that lawyers are involved, the situation is shifting into territory nobody wanted. Business deals could be affected. Partnerships could be reconsidered. Brand relationships could change. Cast dynamics might never be the same. But the emotional impact, the human side, hits even harder. Kimmi left that night shaken. Not because she's weak, but because it hurts when someone you once trusted, even a little, turns into someone you don't recognize. It hurts when things you kept private become targets in a public moment. It hurts when you realize you've been holding in more pain than you admitted. Nell left frustrated, angry, feeling misunderstood, feeling attacked, feeling like her truth was dismissed before she even had a chance to explain it. Both women walked away with wounds nobody could see, but everyone could feel. And the craziest part? This isn't over. Not even close. Because once legal teams start reviewing what was said, who overheard it, and how it might affect professional relationships, people are going to start choosing sides very carefully. And those recordings? Even the blurry ones? They exist. Everyone knows they exist. And the fear of them leaking is what's keeping both women unusually quiet. What happens next could shift everything: friendships, alliances, filming plans, public perception, all of it. Because sometimes the moments that aren't filmed become the ones that redefine the story. And this feels like one of those moments. No cameras, no producers, no script, just truth, messy, painful, and impossible to ignore. One thing is certain: Kimmi Scott is no longer staying silent. She's firing back. She's protecting her name. And she's making sure the world knows she's not the one to play with. And Nell? She's not backing down either. She feels she was justified. She feels she was speaking her truth. And she's ready to defend herself, legally, publicly, and emotionally. Two powerful voices. Two strong personalities. One explosive moment that changed everything. And whether you're Team Kimmi, Team Nell, or just someone watching the chaos unfold, one thing's for sure: this story is far from done. Because if this is what happened off camera, imagine what's coming next.